Right, let me chat about the last 10 minutes of the Sorrows of Satan, chapter 29. 29, I believe. Um, where, yes, Tempest has come across Lucio, our Satan in this case, and Mavis Clare. And he's tempted her and she's rejected him. And, you know, it's like, you must forgive me, I've mistrusted you. You do well to mistrust me, he answers. And with these words, he caught both her hands and held them in his own. Your instinct teaches you rightly. And indeed, he basically is like, you know, really, really, you're never going to see me again. Super glad you're never going to see me again. You will not even see me on your deathbed, even though some have requested my presence on their deathbed. Perhaps when your parting spirit is on the verge between darkness and light, you may now know who I was and am, and you may thank God with your last breath that we parted tonight, as we do now forever. And he loosens his grasp, and she kind of retreats, and then he says, because Lucio's been hiding in the bushes, it's like, well, eavesdropper, why do you not come out of the shadows, so you to see the play to a better advantage? And at which point he sort of plays it off like, oh, I was just fucking with her. I say I can tempt anyone, and with money and power and stuff like that. And I thought I'd give it a shot at Mavis Clare, and no, I wasn't able to do it. But that was all just make believe. Ha ha ha. Ho, 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 my own strange humors. And I had the two best drama critics around to watch our little play, and Tempest is like, two. It's like, oh yeah, Sybil was watching on the other side of the thing, though, like all fashionable ladies, she left before the final scene. So I wonder what the final scene would be. Would it be before Mavis Clare said no, or after? Because if it was before, she might just fill in the blanks her own way of like, well, I would have given in, and think that Mavis Clare was corrupted. Or it was like, she rejected it, and she realized, I was like, oh, I'm such a piece of shit, and then left. So yeah, we have that. Um, and it's like, I'm incapable of love. My ideology is hate. That is my only thing. He talked thing. Um, here you have the substance of my religious creed, if I have any, that there are two spiritual forces in the universe, love and hate, and that their incessant quarrel creates the general confusion of life. Both contend with one against the other, and the only at Judgment Day will be approved which is the strongest. I am on the side of hate myself, for at the present hate has scored all the victories worth winning, while love has been so often martyred that there is only the poor ghost of it left on earth. Which I find that dialectic is it's very good if you believe that the world is divided into good and evil, hate and love. I think sometimes people with their love can do really horrible things. I don't know if the same is true with hate. Maybe unintended consequences of your hate are good things, but that might be, I murdered all these people, but boy, their corpses made for wonderful flowers. I don't think that particularly balances out on anybody's moral universe. But it's a very, very kind of a certain kind of religious kind of a thing of like, there's good and evil, love and hate. But this is definitely where the I don't know if it's the ideology of this book, or if that's just the ideology of Satan, because Satan, it would be in his interests to, well, I'm taking Satan in his word, which is probably never a good idea. So yeah, they come in, and he's always digging. Lucio's always digging at Tempest, saying, "Oh look, there's his wife." They see his wife's figure appear at the drawing room window, and Lucio threw away his half-smoked cigar. "Your guardian angel beckons." Super sarcastic, he said, looking at me with an odd expression of something like pity mingled with disdain. "Let us go in." Yes, that whole like, oh, she's a guardian angel. Oh, she's so virtuous. Oh, she's just like an angel. It's all that. It's like and we know from her own lips, Sybil is very human, which I don't think is a bad thing. It's just in this world where apparently you have to be, some kind of, I don't know if they're expecting her to be people to be paragons in this world that Maria Corelli has put out, but um she's definitely damning them, and damning them without in some ways showing us all the nasty shit they're getting up to. I mean, they're damning them through their omission. Like, they have all this wealth, they have all this power, and they're not doing anything with it. So it's a very kind of passive kind of evil in that sense. They're not doing good. Um, but are they actively evil? Are they actively, being naughty, naughty, naughty? Well, naughty, then I get into sexual stuff. But are they being bad people? Are they harming others? I mean, I guess you can definitely say that all wealth, in a way, is, excessive wealth is a definite harm on the rest of society. You have all this wealth, so other people do not have their means to. There's a certain amount of pie, and if you've gotten 90% of the pie, and as a one individual, and everybody else only has that other 10% to get by on, that's maybe you doing active harm. Healthcare, food, quality of life, life expectancy, um, being able to fulfill their own hopes and desires. Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of, fuck billionaires, I guess is the common cry nowadays. All right, I am gonna leave it there. Not millionaires, but fuck billionaires. It's inflation. So yes, I'll leave it there. More videos later.